Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing an infinite flight video showing you guys how to take off and land perfectly in the game. Okay, so as you guys can see currently, I am currently at KLAX lining up for a 2-5 right. So now we're gonna push back and start. So first what you want to do, make sure that all your master switches, turn on your strobe light, seat belt, no smoking sign, and then just start your pushback. A really good way to take off is changing your camera to the HUD view. So as you can see currently I'm changing, and as you can see on the left side where the red bar is, that's my speed, and on the right side that's my altitude. You can also see different display features like my heading and what runway I'm lining up for. I've made my flaps 1 so that it can increase lift over the wings, and so now I'm gonna taxi to the runway. From here what you're gonna do is line up with the center line and then slowly increase throttle, or depends what plane you're in, or you can just absolutely floor it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, 80 knots, and make sure you're gonna continue. And then when you're at a, depending on what plane you are, I'm in an A380, so 140, just tilt the iPad back just a slight bit, and you can see there I have a bit of headwind and it's actually forcing the plane down. I may have lifted up a bit too early, but with slight rotation I've got it in the air. Watch your speed, and once you're around like 500 feet, put the gear up and you can reduce the flaps. I'm currently changing camera here, and as you can see we're in the air, and yeah, that's how you should take off. Okay, so it's nighttime. I'm landing on the same runway that I took off on. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but on the left side of the runway, if you look closely, there'll be 2 lights. What you want to try and do is make one red and one white. What that means is if you have 2 white, then you're too high, 2 red, you're too low, and 1 red, 1 white is perfect. So as you can see, I have gear down, spoilers armed, and flaps full. I'm coming in quite low, and this is not gonna be a good landing. As you can see, I'm too low, and this is not gonna end well. Oh, we've touched down. As you guys can tell, that wasn't the proper landing. So this is the proper landing. Make sure your spoilers are armed, flaps full, and gear down. So now what we gotta do, I've got a bit of wind, so I'm pitching up a bit. And as you can see, I put some trim on. What trim does is reduce like the weight of the nose, because you in the game you can feel that you're fighting with the AI a bit, and you're fighting with the plane. So you put on a bit of trim, and it makes the nose lighter, and it makes it easier to fly. So as you can see, I'm reducing speed because I'm coming in a bit fast. That's only because we're at LAX and we have quite a long runway. On the runway there are lines, and they go from thick to thinner, and that's the touchdown area. And you have to try and touch down within that region, otherwise you should probably abort your landing. So you're coming in just slowly, reducing speed. As you can see, I'm coming in a bit fast. Try not to make too many erratic movements. And as you can see, the little circle on the screen shows where you're going. That's where to indicate where you're heading to. As you can see, I've got a bit of wind. So people cut the engine too early usually. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna come in smooth, cut the engine about there, and pull up and get the back wheels to touch on the ground, and try and get as center as possible. Doesn't matter if you're not too close. As you can see, these lines, that's the touchdown area, and that's like ideally where you want to touch down on. It doesn't really matter if you're not exactly on the center line, but yeah, that it's fine. So reduce to around 60 knots, and use your reverse thrusters at around 75, but because I came in a bit fast, I reduced it a bit. Then apply some parking brakes, and you can just taxi off to your gate.